After the beast of a topic that was subject-verb agreement, it's time to move on to something a little bit lighter, a little bit more fun. Let's look at the topic Prepositions, which is Chapter 13 of your Canadian Business English text, 5th edition. Prepositions are connecting words. They show a relationship of a noun or a pronoun to another word in a sentence. I like to think of prepositions as phrases that alter space or time. However, that does exclude some prepositions, and so you may want to take note of the actual list of prepositions that comes forth in this presentation. And here is that list. Commonly used prepositions: about, into, on, from, to, and so forth. This list is also on page 246 of your text. You may want to give it a read and start to commit some of these to memory as well. So now let's have a look at some fundamental problems with prepositions. So on this slide we have two examples. Do not use the preposition of in place of the verb have. In the first sentence, he should have talked to us first should not be he should have talked to us first. Same thing for the second sentence. We could have tracked that order down sooner has the verb have, and should not have the preposition of, as in we could have tracked down that order sooner. That's something that I often do myself. In the second fundamental problem with prepositions, people try to use off or off of in place of the preposition from. In the following sentence, have a look at the preposition. Ask Mark if you can borrow a pen from him. We should never use ask Mark if you can borrow a pen off of him. A third fundamental problem with prepositions is when the word to, spelt to, is used in place of the adverb to, too. The adverb to means additionally or excessively. Consider the following examples. I gave the sales receipts to the courier. To the courier is definitely a preposition, and so we would just use the spelling to. The next sentence contains the word to as both a preposition and as an adverb. Next summer, I plan to visit the islands and national park too. The prepositional phrase is to visit the islands and national park, and the adverb to means that you are additionally connecting the subjects of islands and national park together. Let's look at a final example. The van was too small to carry the furniture. In the phrase too small, we are using to be an adverb that means excessively small. In the prepositional phrase to carry the furniture, the word to only requires one O. Here are some troublesome prepositions that we will consider in order: among and between, beside and besides, except and accept, in and into, and like. First up, we'll have a look at among and between. The difference between this preposition is how many persons or things are involved. If 3 or more persons or things are involved, then you would use the preposition among. If only 2 persons or things are involved, then you would use the preposition between. So let's look at our example sentences. Profits will be divided among the 9 partners. Clearly, 9 is greater than 3, and so we would use the preposition among. In the second example, the task will be divided between our office and the Montreal branch. There are only 2 things involved here: office and branch. So in this case, we use the preposition between. Here's an incorrect use of prepositions that can really grate on a hearer's ears. The use of beside and besides. Beside means next to, and besides means in addition to. So you need to make the determination. Do I mean next to, or do I mean in addition to? Take the first example. Our delivery van is parked beside the red truck. Okay, that means that the delivery van is parked next to the red truck. In the second example, you have another option besides this one. So what we have here is we can replace besides with in addition to. You have another option in addition to this one. Here are another couple words that are commonly confused. Only one is a preposition. Except means excluding or but. Accept is a verb which means to receive. So in the first example, all pages except these 4 must be received. You are excluding the 4 pages, and so we would use the preposition except. In the second example, I will not accept such a transparent lie. Accept is used as a verb. And the subject of that verb is I, and the object of that verb is lie. Let's move on to the difference between in and into. In indicates a position or a location, whereas into indicates direction or movement. So you have to decide, is there a direction or movement, or is it just in a location? In the first example, their store is located in the Queen Street Mall. The store is located there, there's no direction, there's no movement. The word in is proper in that sentence. In the second sentence, we will move into our new offices on March 1st. There is direction and movement. You're moving into the office. You're moving to that interior location. Now let's look at the word like. Like introduces nouns or pronouns. In the sentence, don't you think Lisa looks like her? Like introduces the pronoun her. Alternatively, the word as introduces clauses. In the sentence, it looks as if it might rain. It might rain is actually an independent clause. It has a subject, a verb, and an object. In this case, we need to use the word as to introduce the clause. It looks as if it might rain, and not it looks like it might rain. Using like in this instance would be incorrect because it is not introducing a noun or pronoun, but rather a clause. I'll end this presentation with some information about terminal prepositions. In formal writing, careful writers avoid ending clauses with prepositions. Consider the following less formal question. What topic will she speak on? On, as we know, is a prepositional word. So a more formal way of putting that sentence together or that question together would be, on what topic will she speak? And in this case, you don't have a preposition at the end of the question or at the end of the sentence. So I hope this PowerPoint presentation has been useful to you, and you should move on now to the exercises, the pre-test and the post-tests.